Hi, my name is Ian, and this is the Focus Timer program, a tiny Java command line timer that I wrote to practice core Java. So basically it runs the terminal switches between focus and break sessions and logs the line to CSV when it finishes. So I kept this pretty lightweight, no frameworks. You basically compile the .java files into the out folder, and then you run the class. Alright, so as you can see, I have the PowerShell pulled up here for this tutorial. So this will be included in the README, but I made a very simple one for this demonstration. Alright, so as you can see, it has a timer here, and it's counting down from 60 seconds, and it basically just gives you a cycle, and you obviously can see the instructions here. So there's pause and enter to pause or resume, and then you can quit it. So let me show you what happens when I pause. Okay, so so it stops and it starts counting down, obviously to kind of push you to keep make it a quick break if you need a break. But when it gets down to 0, it basically just stops at 0, and then you can just resume, and it goes right back, basically right back to where it was at 31 seconds there. But basically the timer is to just push you to be more productive, and then you can quit early if you need to. So just like that. And then there's a CSV log here, so you can see all the times that I've tried it here. So each run appends a row of to a simple CSV, so you have a record of your productivity. But now to kind of get down into the nitty-gritty of the work, so we'll start with the Java files. So we'll go here. Alright, so this is the entry point. I parse 3 flags: work, break, and cycles with basic checks, so values are positive. There's a small shutdown hook, so Control-C stops cleanly and still logs the session. I also start a tiny input thread that watches for P and Q to make that a simple and easier experience for the user. So now we'll go ahead and move on to the timer engine Java. So the timer is a small state machine, work and break repeated for n cycles. I used a fixed rate scheduler that ticks every second. Instead of sleeping in a loop, it computes time remaining from a target end time with instant duration, which avoids drift if a tick is late. So pause just notes when I paused and adds that time back when I resume. The status line is redrawn with a carriage return, so it updates in place. So that makes it as accurate and as clean as possible for the user. Now we can go ahead and move on to the CSV logger in Java. So this class appends a line to logs, focus session CSV. It creates a folder if needed and writes a simple header the first time. That's where you get the logs, and it's very simple, very straightforward way to go about it. We'll go back here. So the next steps would be a long break option every few cycles, a small sound or notification on phase changes, and packaging it as a runnable jar or JAR. I kept it simple here to focus on core Java and just really grow into it if I can. So that's the focus timer for you. It's small and readable Java that I can actually use for study sessions. And it's pretty straightforward, but I think it's a really great learning opportunity, and you can give it a try for yourself, or you can just use the product. But that just about covers it. So thanks so much for watching.